All right, I want to finish up a few thoughts on lecture about the mechanisms of evolution, talking about misconceptions about evolution. First, newer is better. It is thought of that any new variation introduced to a species is going to be better for that species. And you should know by now that this is not true. Whatever variation is introduced should help a species or can hinder it. Second one is that all variations are adaptive. Again, this is not true. There may be a variation, there may be a morphological a phenotype that manifests because of a mutation that is not adaptive at all. It can be, as you've learned, neutral, advantageous, or disadvantageous. So all variations are not adaptive. Another misconception is that natural selection always works. This is also untrue. There are many species that have gone extinct because forces drove them towards extinction and there was no adaptation. There was no feature that helped them survive. So natural selection does not always work. And the last one, this is probably the most common health misconception, is this idea of orthogenesis. This misconception is usually held on evolution of humans, of this production of a perfect structure or a perfect being, that we're down this lineal path and we're evolving to become better in some way. Well, this idea is a little bit silly because one, what is perfect? Perfect compared to what scale? Perfect compared to whom? Second, evolution works, adaptations work when fitness increases. And you know now that fitness is merely your ability to pass on your genes to the next generation. So to say that we're evolving to become better is really non-relevant as far as evolution is concerned. Sorry, you're probably not going to evolve to shoot lasers out of your eyes, be able to walk through walls, or levitate. All right, last thing I want to talk to you about, which is kind of fun, is that we've been evolving and this idea of vestiges, the evidence of evolution in us. I want to talk to you about a few vestiges. One is your coccyx. As you can see right here, it's a vestige of when we used to have prehensile tails, which is pretty cool. Another one is your appendix. Your appendix is a vestige of when we used to mostly have leaves, a folivore diet, and it was used to extract toxins out of that diet. Now, appendix has been shown that it still gets used today, but it's one of those things that when it's gone, we live just fine without it. Another one is the muscles behind your ear. Now, some of you may be able to move your ears. These muscles are there from a time we used to rely a lot more on our hearing and be able to move our ears in order to pick up different sounds. Unfortunately, if you can move your ears, it doesn't really make you better at hearing, just kind of looks cool. And the last one, which is kind of fun to look at, is the semilunar fold of the eye. Next time you're looking at someone in the eyes, look right where their tear ducts are and you see this little flap of skin. And that little flap of skin is when we used to have a second eyelid, when we used to be more amphibious and spend more time in the water. That second eyelid would go over our eyes before our main eyelid went down, which is pretty cool. All right, I'll see you guys next week.